The phone buzzed against the cracked plastic cup holder of my rusted delivery car, one of those vibrations that crawls straight into your bones, refusing to be ignored. Her name flashed across the screen. My ex-wife. A reminder of everything I used to be, everything she took. Enjoy being nobody. That was the message, as if she still needed to twist the knife years later. I stared at it for a long moment, feeling nothing. Not anger, not pain, just a hollow, familiar numbness. I was 50 years old, delivering pizza to survive. I had once been a respected director at a real estate firm, a future, a home, a family. Then she married my billionaire CEO, and suddenly I was unstable, unreliable, not leadership material. They didn't even bother pretending. My career evaporated. Our house reassigned, as if memories could be moved like furniture. She walked away with status, security, a future lined with gold. I got debt, judgmental stares, silence where respect used to live. The night wind crawled into my jacket as I stepped out with a lukewarm pizza. Another delivery, another breath in a life that felt borrowed. The door opened. A frail old man peered at me, eyes sharp and a face carved by time. He didn't look at the pizza. He looked at me. "You're Jacob Grant's son, aren't you?" I froze. No one said my father's name anymore. No one even remembered he existed. And just like that, my pulse shifted. The air thickened, reality tilted. Something old and forgotten stirred in my chest. A piece of me I thought had died. The man's voice dropped, steady, deliberate. "Your father and I built a real estate empire in 1982. He owned 60%. I blinked. He continued. "When he died, those shares transferred to you." He reached into a folder, slid out a document. Numbers, valuations. My vision tunneled. My mind stalled. What I saw, it didn't seem real. It felt like a joke fate would play on a broken man. And yet, there it was. Truth. Cold. Undeniable. The world, for the first time in years, shifted in my direction. The betrayal didn't hit all at once. It seeped in, slow, poisonous, inevitable. My ex-wife hadn't just moved on. She didn't just fall in love with someone else. She saw a dying marriage, a man distracted by grief after losing his father, and she calculated. She watched me fall apart, and instead of reaching down to help, she stepped over me and into the arms of the man who signed my paycheck. They played it clean, paper-cut clean, innocent on the surface, predatory underneath. I remembered the smirk she wore during the divorce hearings, so polite, so composed, as if she'd already practiced victory in the mirror. "I hope you find peace," she said then. Translation, "I won. Stay down." But peace wasn't what she wanted. She wanted evidence that I stayed broken, that she had destroyed me permanently. And I let her believe she had, for years. Now I looked at the document in my shaking hands. Millions. Not hypothetical, real. A dormant inheritance, buried under legal dust and corporate silence. The company my father built, the company my ex-wife's new husband ran, still owed me everything. And all at once I saw it. Her laughter, her cruelty, her triumph, crushed beneath the truth she never saw coming. My fall had never been permanent, only delayed. And my return would not be loud. It would be silent, precise, surgical. I didn't react immediately. No celebration, no outburst. Instead, I researched, quietly, methodically. Every night after deliveries, I sat in my dim apartment surrounded by files and banking statements. The legacy was real. The transfer paperwork existed. The legal framework held. She never checked. She never imagined there was anything left to me. And the CEO, her prize, he built his empire on a lie he never questioned. He assumed the dead stayed dead. He assumed sons stayed broken. But I was patient, like my father, calculated. I hired counsel discreetly, initiated claim transfers, secured ownership rights. A silent resurrection. No noise, no warnings. The wealth moved quietly. Bank accounts bloomed like winter roses, cold, unexpected, lethal in beauty. Meanwhile, I kept delivering pizzas. Let the world see a man defeated. Let her believe her story was permanent. Until the paperwork finalized, until every string was tied. Then, and only then, I booked a flight. Not to flaunt, to breathe. A villa in Switzerland, glass walls, mountains like silent gods. A view no apology could ever reach. Peace, not hers, mine, earned in silence. I took one photo, hands in pockets, expression calm, and I sent it to no one. Not yet. Revenge is never rushed. She reached out first. Thanksgiving. Not out of love, out of obligation, out of pride. We're hosting. If you want to join, come wash the dishes. Her voice smug, a queen addressing a servant. For a moment I said nothing, just listened to the arrogance, the entitlement. Then, one word, soft, controlled, enjoy. I hung up. I sent the photo, just the view, no explanation. Then silence, and it began. Ping, ping, ping. 71 missed calls. Her name, her panic bleeding through every notification. Then messages. Is that yours? How? Jacob, talk to me. I didn't know. Please. Funny how concern blooms when wealth enters the room. But I didn't respond. Silence was the currency she never understood. 3 days later, she showed up at my old apartment, breathless, eyes wide. You could have told me, she whispered. I didn't owe you anything. Her mascara cracked as her composure crumbled. We were married. We were convenient, I corrected her calmly. You chose power. You thought you understood where it lived. Her jaw trembled. Fear, regret, not for losing me, but for losing access. You can still, no. I cut her off like a surgeon ending a life support line. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't gloat. I stared at her the way fate does. Quiet, relentless, indifferent. You enjoyed watching me fall, I said. I enjoyed standing up without you. She tried to touch my arm. I stepped away. Power, reclaimed without a single shout. I left the keys to the apartment on the table that night. Walked out without looking back. No rage, no triumph. Just clarity. Some people destroy themselves once they lose control. She would. She already had. I didn't need to punish her. Life would. Truth always does. On the balcony of my villa, snow dusting the pines, I breathed in silence like it was oxygen. I hadn't won a war. I had simply outlasted it. In the end, revenge wasn't fire. It was ice. Cold, quiet, pure. And as the world slept below, I whispered to the night, steady and final.